हेलो, पेरेंट्स नहीं आए? एक एक चेयर आगे जाओ, एक एक चेयर। एक मिनट रुको देवांजन, आप पीछे ये रो में बैठिए, ये रो में पीछे वाले का नाम बेटा, आपका नाम पूरा नाम बताओ। अच्छा, हर्षा है ये, अनंत अग्रवाल उधर जाएगा। अनंत अग्रवाल उधर जाएगा। बेटा आपका नाम क्या है?
शिवम काकी।
शिवम ये रो में। उसमें नंबर क्या है बेटा? आपका नाम क्या है? इसमें नंबर क्या है? रोहन यादव कौन है? ये इसके बाजू में जाइए, उसको आगे कोई बात नहीं, मैं देख। शिवम काकी। हर्षा ऐसा नाम शिवम। हेलो, आओ बैठ। वेदिका गुप्ता ना? शिवेलिका वर्धाम, वर्धाम वर्धाम कौन है? इसके बारे में बेटा आप लोगों को नाम क्या है?
शिवम
गोल्ड मेडल की लाइफ है।
We begin in 1 minute. You can take a round from outside. If anybody is outside, call them inside. We'll start in 1 minute.
अच्छा नंबर सांगना। अच्छा नंबर बोल। दिया गोल्ड मेडल का 6 दिया।
Good morning, one and all present here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Anubhav Sinhal, welcome you all to this 23rd annual prize distribution function of Universal Tutorials. We are meeting here after a gap of 3 years. We met before COVID in 2019, and now we are meeting in 2022. Well, we are very excited for having this function after COVID. So, before I begin, allow me to dedicate the results to the founder of Universal Tutorials, my late mother, Srimati Neelam Sinhal. Now, I have a small speech where I would tell you about UT and about our results before we start the formal prize distribution ceremony. So, जैसे मैंने कहा 3 साल बाद हम मिल रहे हैं. ये जो 3 साल का पीरियड रहा, ये बहुत टफ पीरियड रहा. So what inspired and how did we work in this last 3 years at Universal Tutorials? So at UT, we largely followed a philosophy or follow a philosophy in our journey of 23 years, and that philosophy is: he who dares to teach must never cease to learn himself. Mark Zuckerberg had once remarked, if you are successful, most of the things you have done, if you are successful, most of the time you've done were wrong. What ended up mattering is the stuff you got right and how you never gave up and kept going on. Somehow, this has been the pillarstone or cornerstone of UT's COVID strategy. This strategy enabled us to tide over the COVID crisis and come out successful. During the last 3 years of COVID, we at UT never had even a single blackout day. Immediately as we went, we did go online, and online we went with very good facilities. And now we've evolved ourselves into a hybrid mode classes. So in these 3 years, UT not only survived the COVID crisis, then if you look at our competitor big brands at Navi Mumbai, Mahesh Tutorials, Rao Academy, a lot of and local tutorials, they perished. While I'm proud to say that UT has or is the largest coaching institute of Navi Mumbai, having 7 branch locations from Airoli to Panvel, with a team of more than 90 professionals today. And this spirit has helped us to touch lives and transform lives of more than 35,000 students in our journey of 23 years till now. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, let's now begin this prize distribution ceremony. ये prize distribution ceremony हमने primarily 2 parts में करी हुई है. First part we started at 10:30, 10th ICSE and 12th Science. Now we are starting the second part. So आपसे just आधा घंटा पहले there is 1 lot which left. So because of that we did it in 2 parts. So now we are calling upon the main 10 CBSE and study abroad category. Now we at Tutorials primarily have multiple segments. इसमें ये जो segment है, जिस segment की अभी prize felicitation ceremony कर रहे हैं, this is the largest segment at Universal Tutorials, and I am very proud to say that we are the leader in Navi Mumbai in this segment. And इस segment की खासियत है that 10 CBSE students have always been Navi Mumbai toppers for एक भी ऐसा साल नहीं गया है in the last 23 years where UT student has not been a Navi Mumbai topper, including this year. So, ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause for UT students who've always been Navi Mumbai toppers for the last 23 years. So, this segment is led by Aaj Ka Shining Star, Visharat Srivastava from DPS Nehru, who secured an aggregate of 99.4%, 497 on 500. His parents are the chief guests for today, and they are the guest of honor, and they do the honors for all these students. A loud round of applause for Visharat. Mind you, they've all studied largely in online mode. They wrote exam in an offline mode, and yet they have secured this kind of success. 62 plus students have scored 90% plus in aggregate, and they are being felicitated today. 9th and 10th ICSE is the next category which got felicitated in the earlier part. We at Universal Tutorials are the #1 choice in Navi Mumbai in that segment also. In that segment, it was Sarvat Naran, a student of North Point Koperkerne, who secured 99.6%, 498 on 500. So he just selected his prize and won. In this, there were 7 students who got 100 on 100 at 10th ICSE. And 37 students got above 90% in aggregate. That's almost 1 out of every 3 students. Well, coming to the third category, the third categories are 12 CBSE, both science and commerce category. He again has collected the prizes in the previous slot. Here, in 12 CBSE science, it was led by Hitesh Shivkumar and Ashutosh Singh, who both got 94.2%. One from Ryan International Sanpada, other from APJ Nehru. And I was just speaking to both of them. Ashutosh Singh is looking to drop this year and appear in NEET exam for next year. He's very keen to become a surgeon. Hitesh is going on with his engineering dreams. 12 CBSE Commerce is an exciting space at Universal Tutorials. So in 12 CBSE Commerce, please welcome Devang Basant from DAV Nehru, getting a 97.4%, 487 on 500. Agar aapne note kara ho, they have beaten the science students, and because commerce mein 12 key performance is very important, they get admissions on this basis. And I have an exciting news to share with you. One more statistics before I share that exciting news. 16 students have scored 90% and above in aggregate in 12th standard. So the news मैं आपसे share करना चाहता हूँ is UT has started full-fledged commerce coaching along with Gurumukh classes led by Gurumukh Raghani sir, who is I think he's joining us in a moment. So Universal Tutorials has looked to grow in various segments, and we've done these association. So from this year onwards, we've invited Gurumukh Raghani sir to be a part of Universal Tutorials, and along with them, we are offering entire bouquet of courses where we'll be doing 11th, 12th Commerce, CA Foundation, CMA Foundation, and those courses. So from this year, till now we were doing it as an extension of science. Now we are doing it as a full-fledged commerce class. UT is also joined hand with Champions, and some of you students may have taken admission with our integrated and non-integrated programs to prepare for IIT and NEET. And as we speak today, आज जो results आ रहे हैं, उसकी एक separate prize distribution ceremony होगी, where we will be felicitating champions. We are now doing IIT and NEET training at more than 5 locations. We are doing it at Airoli, at Vashi, at Nerul, at Kharghar, and also at Panvel. And we have our integrated junior college at State Board Junior College at our Kharghar head office branch. The entire first floor is actually our integrated junior college. So there, last year we had a wonderful performance. All India rank 1 came from Navi Mumbai, from Champions Academy. So that's the kind of performance we are doing in the IIT space also. Now, with these highlights, the last segment which I have before I start the formal prize distribution ceremony is our study abroad segment. This is something which is very dear to my heart, very exciting segment where UT started coaching for study abroad students, both undergrad and at graduate level. And currently, as we speak this year, we are processing about 100 students for our study abroad division. Now, in this division, there are students who have gone abroad already. The students will be felicitated in this category today. So here, the topper is Ashwin Deshpande, who wrote SAT last year and scored 360. And as we speak, Ashwin has taken a flight yesterday. He goes to Purdue to pursue computer science in his undergrad degree. We have other students also taking prizes in this category. So that's about the highlights of today's prize distribution ceremony. Now I'd like to welcome our guest of honor. Now, give me the slide. Press away. Allow me to go back. Well, here I'd like to tell you a concept at Universal Tutorials. हम पिछले 23 साल से ये concept करते आए हैं. The concept is that when we host these prize distribution ceremonies, हम किसी और dignitary या किसी को नहीं बुलाते हैं. हमारे लिए dignitary is आज the parents themselves are the biggest dignitary. और उसमें भी हमारा मानना है that आज आपके बच्चों ने आपको एक नई identity प्रदान करी. Where आज के जो guest of honor हैं, उनको मैं शायद उनके first name से ना कभी बुलाऊंगा भी, ना उनको address करूंगा. They will be only addressed by उनके बेटे के नाम से. So please allow me to welcome today's guest of honor, the proud parents of Visharad Shrivastava ji. Thank you very much. Please be seated. हम बुलाएंगे आपको. I would like my Professor Biju George sir to do the honors by presenting them a bouquet. आज आपके बेटे ने आपको एक नई आइडेंटिटी प्रदान करी है, and I'm very envious of you. आप बहुत lucky हैं कि आपके बेटे ने आपको ये ऐसी happy for you, very happy for you. Please be seated. Please be seated. So they will be doing the honors today and will be presenting the prizes to all our prize winners. Before I would also like to welcome our chairman, my father, Shri M.L. Sinhal. And I request our academic head, Ms. Harsha, to give the honors to him. Please welcome my chairman, my father, Shri M.L. Sinhal. Well, my father, I happened to celebrate personally his 75th birthday last Sunday. So he still is working with Reliance Industries Limited, and he's been working with them since 42 years now at Reliance, and he still continues strong. इनके working hours मेरे से ज़्यादा लंबे रहते हैं. क्योंकि मैं luxury लेता हूँ, नवी मुंबई में मेरा ऑफिस और घर बहुत पास है. So I go pretty 10:30, 11 निकलता हूँ, but my dad leaves home at 9:30 शाम को 8 बजे तक वापस आते हैं. So he still has these long working hours. तो इनके लिए मैं कुछ हमेशा 4 पंक्तियां बोलता हूँ, and I like to repeat those sentence. मैं पिछले 22 सालों से बोलता आया हूँ, and every time जब ये speech लिखता हूँ तो सोचता हूँ कुछ change करूँ, and then फिर कुछ और नया लिख ही नहीं पाता हूँ, तो I realize कि नहीं, इसी को repeat करता हूँ. So please allow me to speak the same lines now for the 23rd time. Papa, you are the one who prods me, questions me, guides me, and guide me when I feel low. He provides me with vision and instills self-confidence within me to perform. He reprimands me when I commit mistakes and pats me when I perform. He is my mentor, my guide, my friend, my boss, my inspiration, my role model, my father. He's everything to me. Please welcome my father, our chairman, Shri M.L. Sinhal. Now, with this welcoming done, I would now request my colleague, Manish Saraf sir, to please come on stage and do the honors from here on. Thank you very much.
Hello, good afternoon and namaskar. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for this function which we call as annual prize distribution function. And this function is basically celebrating the success of all these students who have worked tirelessly with us for past couple of years, and now they have achieved some great feats in their academic career. So हम उसको celebrate कर रहे हैं. As we do that, I've got this pleasure and I've got this privilege, I should say, to announce the awards to these students, and we'll have a guest of honor here. So what we'll do is we'll have guest of honor who would be possibly taking this center stage. I'll call out the name of the students who will be receiving awards. From my right hand of this stage, you will walk in, you'll climb up, you'll take the award, and you should also pause for a second for that photo moment so that we can capture this moment, and then you leave from left hand side of the stage. So I'll do the calling and then we'll be coming one on one. And as my team prepares them, man, ये वाला part I would want to start with a small anecdote. मेरे लाइफ से मैं एक छोटा सा anecdote आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करना चाहता हूँ और मैं उससे स्टार्ट करना चाहता हूँ ये segment. So this is when I was doing my management course, and it was a particular course, a particular subject. It was the last day of the subject. So we had our professor. He was a very popular professor among students, a very good professor, very good at his art and craft. So he walks in the last class, and we were like, जैसा होता है बच्चों का, भाई पढ़ने का मन नहीं है. So we were all in that mood. So he walks into that class, and before we could say anything, he said, आज पढ़ाने का मूड नहीं है. So we were very happy because उनका पढ़ाने का मूड नहीं है और हमारा पढ़ने का मूड नहीं होता था. So it matched. Luckily, it matched that day on the last day of the course. So he said, I would still want to do an activity with you guys. So activity हमेशा बहुत अच्छी होती है क्योंकि उसमें कुछ लोग जो अति उत्साही होते हैं वो participate करते हैं और कुछ लोग जिनको relax करना होता है वो relax करते हैं. So activity is like do your own way. So we were very happy. हाँ, so ठीक है, let's do that. Backbenchers were happy कि आगे वाले करेंगे, and आगे वाले were excited कि हम आगे वाले हैं तो हम तो करेंगे. So the professor, he took out the 1,000 rupee note. किसी जमाने में भारत में 1,000 रुपए का भी नोट होता था. So some of you must have seen it. Rather, most of you would have seen it. और कई लोगों ने संभाल के रखा होगा उसको. So वो 1,000 rupees का नोट उन्होंने जेब से निकाला, and he asked, who wants this? I mean, only a fool will not want it, right? So all of us raised our hands कि आज प्रोफेसर साहब पहली बार कुछ अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. So we want it. So everybody raised their hand that we want this. So what he did was that he took that note back, 1,000 rupee का note, and he did 4 folds. उस 1,000 रुपए के नोट को जैसे तैसे 4 बार फोल्ड किया. पेपर को जब आप 4 बार फोल्ड करेंगे तो डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. 1 फोल्ड, 2 फोल्ड, 3 फोल्ड, 4 फोल्ड करके देखना. So he did 4 folds somehow, and he said, now who wants it? Nothing changed. He said, we want it. We still want it. After he folded that, उन्होंने वो नोट उसी height से drop कर दिया on the ground, and he says, now who wants it? He said, we still want it, sir. What's going on? We want it. So we want this. So what he did was, because there was some dirt on the floor, he started, after he took off his shoe, he started, stomping on that note. कूदने लगे उसको, वो पूरा dust में हो गया. And he said, who wants it? He said, we still want it. हम साफ कर लेंगे. Everybody raised their hand, said, we want it, but you're not giving this. So उन्होंने नोट उठाया, उसको crumble किया, थोड़ा सा और वो mud लाए थे, उन्होंने mud लगाया, and he said, who wants this? He said, we want this. So he said, I'll give this to each one of you. Rather, I'll give you more than what this particular currency note has to offer. So we were very happy. And now this is very important what he said in our last class. And this is my borrowed message from him to all of you. So he said, this is a 1,000 rupee note. I did 4 folds. Did value change? I dropped it on the floor. Did value change? We dusted it, stomped on it, mud लगाया उसको. Did value change? Crumble किया. Did value change? He said, no, sir. Value did not change. He said, when you walk out of this MBA class tomorrow, you will be entering a world which may not be fair, which will not treat you like your parents or your teachers or your guardians. would have treated you. They will dust you, throw you, drop you, mud you. But you must always remember, what will not change is the intrinsic value that you guys carry. You always have a value. You're never useless. तो जब जीवन में ऐसे मौके आएंगे, tell yourself that you are that currency note कि कुछ भी हो जाए. तो आज तो आप 10th में आए, कुछ लोग 12th से कॉलेज में जाएंगे, कुछ 10th से 11th में जा रहे हैं. Same message, same borrowed but precious message for you guys. That remember, whatever happens, and it will not be fair. You know, life is not fair, and life is not meant to be fair, right? So remember that whatever it happens, you will never be losing your value, and it's only a matter of time. Good times have passed, bad times will pass, और ये होगा. ऐसा कोई नहीं होगा जहाँ पे failure नहीं आने वाला. तो failures तो आएंगे. What will define you is how intact you have kept your self-worth. आपने अपने अंदर की value को कितना intact रखा है. थोड़ा ज़्यादा ज्ञान हो गया, but it makes sense. Thank you. So on this note, now let me start, guys. And so before we start, a big round of applause for all the achievers जिनके कारण आज हम यहाँ हैं. A big round of applause. Thank you. Let me invite parents of Visharat Srivastava, Madam and Mr. Srivastava, please come on stage and help us felicitate, honor these achievers from Universal Republics.
Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we start with this segment. First, we invite Abhimanyu from with their correspondence scores at UT 96.4%. Abhimanyu, go ahead. So आप सबसे गुजारिश रहेगी कि तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट रोके नहीं, वो चलती रहे. I request all of you to please give round of applause to all these students who are coming up and encourage them. Aditya Kalra from Reliance Foundation, 94.6%. International correspondence student, topper at UT Hindi with 95% marks. Is not here. Aryaman Jha from APJ Nehru from UT Sanpara branch with 95.8%. A round of applause for Aryaman. Thank you. UT Kharghar with 95% marks. From DPS Panvel, UT Kharghar branch student 94.4. This man happens to be Mrs. Shruti Ranade's son, proud mother standing there. She is part of our staff member team, family team. So congratulations, madam. Kanish Malhotra from APJ Nehru, UT Sanpara branch with 94% marks. Kanish Madhav Ji from APJ Nehru, UT Nehru branch with 94.4% marks. You can see CBSE. Madhura Pushkar from DAV Panvel with aggregate of 96.8% marks. So this is the alphabetical order that I am following. Thank you. Nidhi Prabhakar Patil from DAV Kharghar from our UT Kharghar branch with an aggregate of 95.4% marks. Mitali comes next in my list. Mitali Rahul Janekar from UT Panvel branch with 97% marks. Is she here? Nidhi Prabhakar Patil, DAV Kharghar from UT Kharghar with 95.4% marks. Nilay Kumar from Ryan International Sanpada with the UT Nehru branch with an aggregate of 96.8%. Rahul Yadav from APJ Nehru School, UT Sanpada branch 96%. Aggregate percentage. Sahas Chavan from Reliance Foundation, UT Koperthele branch with an aggregate of 95.8. Sarthak Kalika from APJ Khargar, from UT Khargar, aggregate of 94.2, and Hindi B is UT topper with 95% marks. For Sarthak, thank you. So, Shivam Dattatreya Kagne, APJ Nehru from UT Nehru branch with 94.2% of marks. This is Shivam Sanmughan from DPS Nehru with a well. Kumar from Balbharti School from UT Khargar branch with an aggregate of 95% of marks. So Shreyas is not there. This award will be received by father on his behalf. So we have Soham Baban Jagare from DPS Nehru, UT Nehru branch with aggregate of 94.8%. Soham, you there? Tanish Sachin Bandolkar from DAV Panvel. From UT Panvel branch, his father is receiving award on his behalf with an aggregate of 96.8% of marks. Vardhan Sachin Patel from Redcliffe School, UT Khargar branch, aggregate of 95.6. And Vardhan is again Hindi A topper at UT with 95%. Renika Gupta from UT Panvel branch with 97%. And then Renia Kesarwani, are you here? From Ryan International Sanpada, from UT Sanpada branch with 94.2%. Renia, right? So there is one confusion. Okay. So this was 10 CBSE list with me, and Harshad, please let me know if I missed something. So ये 10 CBSE का list था. Like sir said, this is the biggest segment that we have, and we hate to do this, but we have to keep a very strict criteria. बच्चे बहुत competitive हैं, ये बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं. Given a choice, we would want to award each one of them. But 10 CBSE, the scoring, the competition is so high that we'll have to put some criteria so that we not only respect time but also bring some sanity to the award. So हमको ऐसा करना पड़ता है, but a round of applause for all these 10 CBSE. Now, as we proceed, so Mr. Srivastava, I would request you to please stay put here. There is another long list where we'll need your help to honor these students. So before I proceed, I would take this opportunity to welcome our partners for 11-12 CBSE Commerce and CA courses, Mr. Gurmukh Radhani sir, और मैं चाहूँगा अनुभव सर हमारे सर का वेलकम करें. Sir is running his classes from Thane, Ulhasnagar, Kalyan area. नवी मुंबई में हमने हाथ मिलाया है, and we are running these courses in 11-12 Commerce where sir is giving all this. Welcome sir, and thank you for coming down. So I move on to a small piece which is called Student Speak. हमने बच्चों को UT खारगर पे बुलाया था जिन्होंने गोल्ड मेडल जीते हैं, and they had something, I think lot of things beautifully that they have said. There are some bites from what they have said, and let me share that, and then we'll take it further.
The unique series has been state simple studies are seen that state was really up to the mark and among the basis. The variety of questions and different confidence on exams.
Very good for the UP test series. I think the most important thing is to believe in yourself. So UP test series can help you boost your self-morale. Continuous practice of UP test series also help you to find shortcomings. Reach the ground and papers will return back the ideas.
The series was very well planned and the correction that I received, I can improve and prepare exams.
Also, UP test series program has said that not really inspired and teachers to find PCA or examinations. Teachers like me, I gain confidence over my writing and everything. The parts where I overcome wrong.
UP has been very helpful, and I've been a student of UP for the past 2 years, both with the coaching, the class program, as well as the test series. They provided me with correct guidance as well as time management skills. It has been extremely encouraging and motivating to be part of philosophy programs. The UP test series was very positive, which helped me to highlight the examination. The sessions were excellent. The staff was also very encouraging and helpful. Test series, practice sessions, and one of some sessions has been extremely helpful. It helped me analyze myself and rectify my mistakes. Because it's very program for me to achieve success. I would like to thank all of the UP faculty and try to thanks to me. The second year at UP was wonderful. It helped me get my process clear before the last time examination, and it actually boosted my preparation. And it helped me confident in department of UP series. Also, UP carry forward to my next results.
UP test series was divided into 2 parts. One was chapter basis and one was the full syllabus. They proved to be very helpful as they had diverse questions and we are not exploring this model.
A major help was given by UP test series. There were unique questions from each chapter, and I got to know how to frame answers better. I got better marks and.
With my notifications, online test series tools and we devise a chapter for me. The models were also great learning experience, and it also helped me to devise a chapter.
For those kind, motivating, encouraging words, this really helps us to do well year after year. Thank you so much. So this is the next segment which we will now go on to, and this is felicitating the study abroad segment. Study abroad prize winners' name, and they'll be coming in the same order and will be receiving their prize. I think just a second to tell you that under study abroad segment, as sir said, we do students in 3 figures. We do close to 100 students every year. So the criteria again this year to give it more objectivity, though our success rate is 100% and all our students are placed with some great universities across the world. So the criteria is SAT score, 1500 or more of SAT score in last 1 academic year makes the student eligible for this prize that I'm going to talk about now. So let me first invite in this very order Advay Matapurkar. Advay Matapurkar comes from Khar Education Society. He is not there. He got 1510 in his SAT. And also preparing for IIT Plan B to possibly go next year. Then Ansh Srivastav. I don't think Ansh is also here. This is one student from Vadodara. So pandemic gave us an opportunity where we went online and we started serving students across India, from Nagaland, Vadodara, and from Delhi to Coimbatore, including Navi Mumbai, of course. So we touched all these students there. Ansh Srivastava from Vadodara, 1530, and he is going to Waterloo University, Canada. Aritro Datta from Lion International, and he has got a score of 1510. Aritro has bagged and he will be going soon this year, this month, I should say, to UCSD, and he's going for his economics course. Aritro, all the best. Kavya Jayaraman from St. Wilfred, UT Harvard student. She got a score of 1510. Kavya is planning her study abroad next. To follow her on YouTube. She has an excellent yoga channel where she has these small. So I'm promoting her. This not only helps her, that helps you also. बहुत अच्छे हैं. If you can try those yoga poses, it really benefits you. So you can search on her on YouTube and that will be good. Kavin Jindal, if he is here from New Bombay City School, got 15 10 score. He's also going to Canada and he's going to the topmost university in Canada, which is U Toronto. So this was about study abroad division. We also have these students talking to us. Let's have a small segment on students from study abroad division. Yes, sir.
And I will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst from this fall 2020. I have been with UT since the past 4 years, and I have always admired the structured approach they take towards all the program that they offer. The study abroad program is no exception. Anubhav sir and Mani sir guided us personally through the various steps of applying to the US, from getting the SAT to selecting the universities that match my profile. This wouldn't have been possible without Anubhav sir and his team.
I'm Khalid Mahakud, father of Khalid Mahakud, who has been a student of University and you say here something my son has gotten my grade in the undergraduate program in computer science major. So we are parents of so we were quite reluctant about allowing us to go study abroad, and we looked at SAT only as a means of getting into kids because his elder brother was there. And from there to today, we're enthusiastic about going to Berlin, and we have embraced the concept that it has been a long journey, but UT has held our hand at every step of the way. And they have guided us, they have given us all the information required and more, but allowed us to make our own decision.
And I think it's a very professional team, but a very important personal touch. So I think they have all the information, but they take into account the challenges and the families. So I think it's very exclusive and very individual.
Hello, this is Mahesh Mohan. I'm working as a principal in background. It's a quality college. The thought of study abroad came to my mind not September, August, September. We were very much serious about getting into any of the IITs, not IITs. But when the city changed my thought process, provoked me to go for study abroad, and he informed me about the kind of universities and the kind of education system that's about US and abroad. So when I asked my wife, that time we were a bit skeptical here. But when I asked Laura, what is your choice? And then he said, you will try. And I told him, I can take the risk of it, I have 2 lakh rupees. When I spend some money for training purpose, and then at the same time, I made him understand that he has to concentrate both on theory as well as this side. He got admit from Arizona. We thank UT for giving this opportunity for my son to go to the finest university in US.
Right, so thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Srivastava, for coming up here and helping us with the award distribution. Thank you. So now is the time when we are taking this opportunity to honor some of our staff members. And before we do that, I want to invite our chairman, Shri ML Zinal Saab, to please come on stage and felicitate the long-serving staff members. So this particular award we are that we are doing it in 2 slots. In the 10th ICSE slot, we honored 4 of our staff members, And today in this lot, we'll honor 3 more. So we are basically honoring 7 of our long service. We are honoring 7 of our staff members with long service award. And the basic criteria here is staff members who would have completed 15 or more years with University Laureates. We are calling them on stage, and our chairman is going to honor them and say thank you for sticking around. So the first person that I want to call, let me first introduce you. So, I've always believed that if you have to love a subject, अगर आपको किसी विषय से प्यार करना है, कोई विषय आपको बहुत अच्छा लगना है, if this has to happen, this is not the first step. The first step is you should love that professor. आप कुछ सोचिए जो सब्जेक्ट आपको सबसे अच्छा लगता है, शायद उसके जो प्रोफेसर आपके स्कूल में कॉलेज में रहे होंगे वो आपको पहले अच्छे लगे होंगे वो सब्जेक्ट अच्छा लगने से पहले. So the first thing that you have to do before liking a subject is like your professor. In a way, revere your professor, fall in love with your professor, and just like the way he teaches you, treats you, delivers his content. So the first personality, I should say, that I'm calling up on stage for honoring is one of our very, very popular maths professor. Students would love him to the last alphabet that we would know. And जिनको गणित अच्छा नहीं लगता है उनको भी गणित अच्छा लगने लग जाता है. Marks हो सकता है अच्छे नहीं है, but they start respecting mathematics. He's one professor who would change your perspective inside classroom with his teaching and mathematical skills. I'm extremely happy, and this is my pleasure to honor and to call him here on stage, Professor Biju George, one of the most popular faculty across the nation now. Biju George, sir. Biju George is completing 16 years with University Laureates. We are so very fortunate to have this up. Thank you. Thank you in all forms for your contribution.
जब से प्रोफेसर ने यूपी की क्लास ज्वाइन की है इतने साल हो गए और पूरी क्लास में एक भी स्टूडेंट अभी तक पिछले 19 सालों ऐसा कोई भी स्टूडेंट मुझे नहीं मिला जो बिजू जाट सर के बारे में अच्छी बात न करता हो और मैथमेटिक्स में जिसका इंटरेस्ट नहीं था उसका इंटरेस्ट भी इन्होंने क्रिएट किया और आज सक्सेसफुल ड्यूटी की सक्सेस में बिजू जाट सर का बहुत बड़ा योग है. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Suman Saab, for those words. I mean, we couldn't have put it better. Thank you so much. Now let me invite the next professor. So the next professor whom I'm going to invite, I'm not sure if he's here. So he's not here, but I should still speak about him. और आप लोगों ने उनका नाम सुना होगा. He is one of the great professors inside the classroom when he interacts with students. The way he would bring technology inside the classroom through his PPT, through his board work, through his Zoom ke time mein, through his paperwork, through his drawings. And biology is something, which I was afraid of. And I never got a chance to learn from him. But this professor of ours, he is biology ka Amitabh Bachchan. He is not here today, but I request my colleague to please accept this award on behalf of Rahul More sir for long service, more than 16 years now. So Harsham, please take this award on behalf of Rahul sir. So this is for Rahul sir, ladies and gentlemen, our bio professor. Okay, so the next person that I am inviting, like I always say that we are in service sector, we are an education company. We are less known for our hard infrastructure. We are more known for our soft infrastructure, which is Biju sir and Rahul sir and Lobu madam and all of them sitting out there, and my non-teaching staff, including me, and all my admin staff. So we are more about, the team and people that we make up together. और जैसा आप समझ सकते हैं कि 7 लोग ऐसे हैं in our team who have completed more than 15 years. So if people stay with the company, it says something about that company, but it says more about the leader of that company. So, sir, आपके लिए एक बार तालियां अगर आप अपनी जगह पे खड़े हो जाएं. This is for applause, sir. Thank you. Okay, so ये सर को भी लगा होगा कि ये मुझे अवार्ड नहीं दे रहा है. Okay, so now I move on to next person. I'm inviting. She is, I guess, I can call that. So I think she is Nirmala Sitharaman of our company. She controls the blood. किसी भी organization का blood उसका cash होता है, उसके finances होते हैं. So she is that lady who controls it and controls it well. She has been working with us for last 18 years now, and it is extremely pleasurable experience working with her. She comes from our accounts and finance department. So, Madam Alice Jacob, I want to invite you on stage to see this medal from our, Please come over. Thank you, Alice, for all your prudence in managing our finances. Thank you.
काम संभालना शुरू किया है. मेरे को एक पहले का भी हिसाब इनसे पूछना नहीं पड़ता. ये सब इतना वेल मैनेज कर रही हैं कि भगवान की दया से ये यूटी आज के इस स्टेज पे पहुंची है. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much. I invite our director, sir, to take us through the balance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manish sir. Now we'll continue our journey where we will now felicitate all the gold medal winners of this category, which is 10 CBSE and study abroad category के gold medal winners को felicitate करेंगे. Well, gold medals, the criteria for earning a gold medal is securing 100 on 100 in an individual subject or being a topper in an individual stream at Universal Tutorials. So we have a long list of gold medal winners at Universal Tutorials. We first begin with Ashwin Deshpande from a study abroad category. The honors will be done by the chairman. I think Ashwin is not here. He is the study abroad topper at Universal Tutorials, receiving a gold medal. We've talked about him and you heard his parents speaking. So as we speak, he's on his flight to Purdue to pursue his computer science. A loud round of applause for Ashwin Deshpande. Then we move on to our 10 CBSE category. So the first gold medalist is Alisha Ranjan Kumar, a student of Kotar International Naval from UP Naval Branch, getting an aggregate of 94%. She's got 100 on 100 in science. A loud round of applause for Alisha Ranjan. She's receiving a gold medal. We made some students fill in certain forms. So अगर उन्होंने कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें अपने हम बोली होंगी तो वो भी मैं साथ-साथ में रीड आउट करूंगा. चलिए, the next student is Anant Agrawal from DPS Nehru, the student of Naval Branch, got an aggregate of 98.6%. Maths 100 on 100, English 100 on 100, Sanskrit 100 on 100. Please welcome Anand Agarwal. He says his success mantra is believe in yourself. And that's what his success mantra is. So the next student, gold medalist, is Anushka Prashant Panhale from DAV Panvel. He's got an aggregate of 96.4% and got 100 on 100 in Marathi. A loud round of applause for Anushka Prashant Panhale. He's joined us in our 2-year batch at Champions Panvel. She's a student with us at our Champions Academy and pursuing her IIT dream with us. Thank you, Anushka. So next student is Bhagyesh Kamal from DPS Nehru. Bhagyesh has got aggregate 97% and has got 100 on 100 in mathematics. Well, when asked what is your role model, he says his role model is a gentleman by name. Let's see how many of you know him. Gary Weiss, a motivational speaker and a successful entrepreneur. So we wish you all the very best luck in your life. Thank you very much. Next student is, so we read out Bhagyesh. Next student is Debanjali Bagchi from DPS Nehru. Debanjali Bagchi from DPS Nehru, getting an aggregate of 99.2%, SST 100, English 100, Sanskrit 100 on 100. Now I call upon Divya Prashant Shivpuje from DPS Nehru, a student of Sanvara branch, aggregate 98.2%, getting an English 100 on 100. Please welcome Kanishk Dilwania, student from DPS Nehru of our Vashi branch, aggregate 98%, Math 100 on 100, English 100 on 100. The next student I call upon is Kim Satyajit Mohite, a student of Reliance Koperkerne, student of our Koperkerne branch, got an aggregate of 97.4%, Sanskrit 100 on 100. A favorite teacher was Swati ma'am of Sanskrit and Rahul sir for Rahul Makhijani for mathematics. Thank you very much for those words of appreciation for these professors. Now I call upon Lakshmi Parvati VP, a student of again from DPS Nehru, student of Nehru branch, aggregate 97.4%, maths 100 on 100. She is not here. Next we have Pari ke baad is Priyanshi Agrawal from APJ Nehru, getting an aggregate of 96.6%, Sanskrit 100 on 100. Priyanshi's best professors are Viju sir in mathematics and Algesh sir in social studies. Thank you, Priyanshi. Now I call upon Rajiv Handa, student of APJ Kharghar, UP Kharghar student, aggregate 96.4%, maths 100 on 100. The list continues on and on. आप तालियां बजाते हुए थक गए, लेकिन लिस्ट अभी खत्म नहीं हुई है. सात्विक सुधाकर नायक, student of Ryan International Sanpara. Please, next students, please come in over here. If you see your name. We is a Nehru student, aggregate 96.6, English 100 on 100. Followed by Saurvik Rakshit from DAV Nehru, getting an aggregate of 95.6, English 100 on 100. Saurvik has some interesting things to tell about us. He says, although the board exam pattern was different, but UT was extremely updated and navigated me successfully. This is what he says about our test series. Thank you very much. The next student is Vedant Nikam, student of DPS Nehru, got an aggregate of 97%. English 100 on 100, Sanskrit 100 on 100. His role model is Steve Jobs. He idolizes Steve Jobs and wants to become one like him. We wish you all the best in life for you. Next, we have Vinayak Sangram Patel, a student of DPS Nehru, getting an aggregate of 97% and English 100 on 100. He joined Champions Academy and is also preparing for SAT with us. Please welcome Vinayak Sangram Patel. Now, let me call upon the shining star of today, the pole star who shines brighter than everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an alphabetical order and he happens to be coming. So please welcome the shining star of today, Visharat Srivastava, student of DPS Nehru, got an aggregate of 99.4%, maths 100 on 100. So studies 100 on 100. English 100 on 100, an aggregate of 99.4%. Wonderful performance. Now, at CBSE, they were doing only main 5 subjects, but during COVID, DPS introduced a 6th subject, and so Maharashtra State Board does best of 5. So we at UT did not change our bases. So our basis is still for CBSE main 5 subjects. And that's how we computed his percentage as 99.4%. But DPS introduced the 6th subject and Maharashtra State Board has changed. So if I go with the changed criteria, please a loud round of applause for Visharat, because Visharat, who was 0.6 bachi hai, wo nikal jayegi and he becomes 100%. 100 on 100 in 5 subjects that he attended. In only 1 subject, he got 97. And that's the wonderful performance which Visharat had. Thank you very much. A loud round of applause for Visharat. Thank you very much, Papa. Thank you very much. Please. So now I will call upon my young son, Anuj, to do the closing honors, and I will request him. It's been lovely to have you all here. We've been doing these prize distributions till he prepares and he sips a bottle of water. I like to just take 2 minutes. हम लोग ये फंक्शन बहुत बड़े ग्रैंड स्केल पे करते थे. We used to do it at Vishnudas Bhave Hall. And 2001 से चालू करा था and इसको बहुत बड़े स्केल पे करते थे. But of late इस फंक्शन को primarily इस फंक्शन का एक चैलेंज है. एक चैलेंज ये है कि ऑडियंस को बांधे कैसे रखें. The challenge is कि आप अपना प्राइज लिया, you are done and you wish to leave. So we innovated it and evolved it, and इस चैलेंज को हमने ऐसे हैंडल किया कि हमने इस फंक्शन के रूप को छोटा किया and multiple times कर रहे हैं कि we will repeat it, but आपके experience को वही रखेंगे so that we keep it short and sweet and इसको जल्दी से समेट दें. So as part of that, we are done with this. Allow my son to give the vote of thanks and thank you very much. Anuj, it's all yours. Okay, my team says that one name I missed. Did I miss the name? Oh, I'm so sorry. So, Harsha, Manisha, if you could come on stage and do the honors for Shreya George. My apologies. Shreya Rachel George receives a gold medal from St. Joseph's, Newton, Wales. She got an aggregate of 96.6%, Sanskrit 100 on 100. I request my colleague Manish Saraf to do the honors to Shreya. आप और स्पेशल हो गए, अलग से आपको मिला. My apologies. बहुत सारी चीजें हैंडल करनी होती हैं, उसमें मैंने कहीं मिस कर दिया. चलिए, thank you very much, Anuj. It's all yours.
We have come to the end of this memorable program, and I, Anuj Sinhal, am here to give the vote of thanks. Today, we have witnessed the magnificent performance of these students. It is befitting to the results that UT has been producing for the last 20 plus years. I thank all the parents and students for trusting us with their future. Today marks a new beginning for the lives of these students. I wish all the students of UT a glorious career ahead. I also thank all the professors and back office staff for their contribution towards this success. The front office team and the office boys also deserve a special mention for working early mornings and late evenings, even on weekends and holidays. I also thank the distinguished guests for their for gracing this occasion with their presence. I thank the director and the chairman for their vision and efforts to bring the best for the students. Once again, I thank all of you for joining this event this afternoon and making it successful. Before we leave, a word of advice from my father's guru, the greatest superstar of this millennium, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan.
पैरों से डर कर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास रगों में सांस भरता है, चढ़कर गिरना, गिरकर चढ़ना ना करता है, आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, जा जाकर खाली हाथ लौट कर आता है। मिलते नहीं सहज ही मोती गहरे पानी में, मिलते नहीं सहज ही मोती गहरे पानी में, मुट्ठी उसकी खाली हर बार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं। और अंतिम पद है कि असफलता एक चुनौती है, इसे स्वीकार करो। असफलता एक चुनौती है, इसे स्वीकार करो। क्या कमी रह गई और सुधार करो। जब तक न सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, जब तक न सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़कर मत भागो तुम, कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार। भारत भाग्य विधाता शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। भारत भाग्य विधाता,
Right, thank you. So before you leave, there's a WhatsApp group created. You will get a link. So kindly do leave us Google review feedback on that link. आप लोग सब एक WhatsApp group में हैं function के, वो link अभी हम post कर रहे हैं. We'll really appreciate if you can drop feedback for us to improve us. If you have liked something about the program and about your UT experience. Thank you so much. So we leave from the left door of this auditorium. From this side, we leave. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.